Hello, dog lovers, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2020. Welcome to another live session in Saro Dog Training channel. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well and everything is going well with you. It's another new year, and I'm guessing you either got a puppy or you adopted a new dog, or you have your dog and you want to improve your dog's life and its behavior. So, welcome to another live session. Feel free to ask your questions, and today we're going to talk about variety of things. But first of all, let me know, did you get a puppy this year? Are you one of those dog owners who got a puppy as a Christmas? Let me know. Let me know in the chat area whether you got a puppy or not. And if you are one of those type of people who adopted a dog, congrats to you as well if you got a dog, especially if you adopted a dog. That is great. I always suggest to adopt a dog if possible. Definitely, it's a good thing to adopt a dog. And did you adopt a dog from your local shelter or local rescue organization? Let me know in the chat area. Let me know how the story is, the story of your adoption. The next question that I have is, so what are you going to do this year to improve your dog's life? What actions are you going to take to improve your dog's life, overall life? Behavior, health, diet, and all that. What are you thinking to do this year to improve your dog's life? And just tell me your story as well. What is going on with your dog? What are you planning to do to get your dog to the point that you say, you know what, I have the perfect dog, right? That's the goal for all of us. We want to have a perfect dog. So before I go through questions, and I see that Joe has a question, and also I can see Phyllis is saying adopted a dog from local shelter. That is amazing. That is great. I'm so excited for you. You have no idea of what happens when you adopt a dog. Not only it changes your life, you're changing that dog's life. Your goal now is to improve that dog's life, change it completely, and create a new life, a new reality for that dog. That is amazing. And Frank Doll is saying to walk the dog every single day. That is a good goal to develop and to walk the dog every day. Definitely, yes. It's a good action to take to improve our dog's life. And that is amazing. We have Ruby the Beagle says, Ruby the Beagle here. Thank you. Adopted from a Beagle rescue this year, improving doggy distractions on walks. There you go. There to improve. Probably Ruby gets distracted on the walks, and your goal is to improve that distraction and get your Beagle to pay attention to you more and not get distracted with everything else. That's a good goal as well. That's a good action to take. Yes. Okay. And Frank Adoli say a happy, well-behaved dog is a well-exercised dog. Most issues stem from this. I agree. and I will talk about this a little bit to explain this part, and maybe give you some ideas, new ideas that you may didn't know originally, and you didn't know until now. Hopefully, that will improve your action that you're taking this year as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I thank you for being part of this channel as well. All right, so before I talk about something that I wanted, the main topic of this channel, that this live video, was I wanted you to hire me. I'm going to talk about what I mean by that pretty soon. But let's get started with some of these questions. I love to start with some questions and start developing some understanding of what we are talking about today, and then we'll talk about the main topic. All right, so Jay is saying, how do you avoid your dog eating up couches and stuff where you're at work? So I'm guessing either you're taking your dog to the office, or you're working from home, and your dog is just eating stuff, eating the couches and stuff. And you see, this is a very common issue that at the moment we are dealing with. What it is, you see, people are working from home and they're busy with work, and they have a dog on the side as well, right? So the dog doesn't know that you're busy with work, has no idea, doesn't care that you're busy with work, you're busy with this and that. All it matters to the dog is, I need to be stimulated today. Somehow I have to get stimulated today. Okay, so your intentions are good. You're taking your dog to work with you, or you're working from home and you're looking after your dog, but your dog doesn't understand that. It doesn't understand that your intentions are to keep your dog company. But beside having that opportunity for the dog to have a company, you have to also provide your dog's, what I call is, daily 5 essential needs. Let me see, how can I do this better? Okay, we have changed a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. So you have to, first of all, before you go to work, or before you start your work, or during the work day, you have to somehow provide your dog's daily 5 essential needs. This is something that I'll always repeat myself in my channel, in my videos. You have to provide exercise, training, socialization, care, and affection. These are the 5 things that your dog needs you to provide on daily basis. So whether you're working, whether you're not working, whether you're working from home, whether you're going to office, whether you have family members who can do this for your dog, whether you just have a puppy, whether you have an adult dog, whether you just rescued or adopted a dog, you have to, first thing that you have to consider is, I need to provide proper amount of exercise for my dog, and then I have to do some training as well, some socialization, and then care for my dog as well, and then share affection as well. So if you don't provide these 5 daily essential needs, your dog is going to start doing things to give you the message, to communicate to you that I'm going to eat the couches and eat everything on site for you to get the point and provide me all my daily needs. So basically, your dog is communicating to you, is saying, if I don't have an option of being exercised properly, have the training today, socialization, proper care and affection, then I'm going to eat the couches and eat the furniture, chew on them, maybe bark at the neighbor, maybe pee on the furniture, pee on the carpet. Somehow I have to get the message to my owner that, hey, you didn't provide me my needs, right? So somehow they're communicating to you. All these behaviors that you're seeing, and I just mentioned, are behaviors, are communications. These are communications to you that you need to provide proper daily essential needs of your dog. And I'll explain a little bit more in details about what these needs are. So stay tuned. And Jay, I hope that answered your question, and I hope that makes sense as well. Um, we have Cynthia. Cynthia is one of the members of the channel. Thank you very much for being here. She is supporting the channel monthly. That is great, and she's a monthly member of the channel. Thank you for being here, Cynthia. And Cynthia is asking, hi sir, I adopted my dog in 2018 from a local shelter when he was 6 to 8 weeks old. He is 3 now. I wish I knew more then. I plan to walk the dog more and more, leash training, stop treat training. Um, you know, never think about the past. The past is past is gone. What it matters is now and tomorrow, right? So now that you know what you're supposed to do, what you have to do, and hopefully you have been kind of educated by watching my videos and knowing what to do, all you have to do is make those changes, little changes, and move forward. Never look back. Never think about, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. The other thing that I also always remind people, especially those who are adopting dogs, like Phyllis that just adopted a dog. Phyllis, for example, um, when you adopt a dog, never focus on what happened to this dog in the past, what the dog has gone through, what happened to this dog before. All these things make you stop moving forward. When you start thinking about the past, when you um, when you focus on things that don't matter, it stops you from moving forward and helping the dog and doing the right thing. So never never focus on the past, and now you know what you need to do, uh, and what you have to start doing, and um, improving your life. And Cynthia, all that's all you have to do. You have to start moving forward, right? um, Now you know what to do. The leash training can improve, and reducing or completely removing the tree training would be a good start. It's a new year, it's new energy, so start fresh and new. Just want to make sure that I didn't miss any questions. Oh yeah, I wanted to touch on this a little bit more, and as I said, I wanted to explain this a little bit more. Um, so yes, a well exercised dog is a well behaved dog. Yes, that is something that the media unfortunately has started promoting it. The media, what I mean by media is, the TV shows that you watch, and maybe the videos that you watch. Everybody says you gotta exercise the dog. You gotta exercise. The problem is, it's not only that you have to exercise a dog, or it's not only that you have to train a dog. There is 5 things that you have to provide a dog on a daily basis, and a proper amount of them. If you do a little bit or too much of these, or just do one of them, focus on one of them, things are not going to go well. So what I mean by that is, for instance, if a dog owner just focuses on affection and just shares affection with the dog, just because the dog is cute, you know, it doesn't mean that that dog is going to be a good dog. Just because it's cute and you're sharing affection with that dog. Just because, for example, you're just sharing good care for your dog doesn't mean that dog is healthy and happy and well behaved and is going to be perfect. Just because you're socializing your dog also, it doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect dog. Or just because you do it on daily, you do daily training with your dog, it doesn't mean that you're going to have a good dog. And also, just because you provide exercise, it doesn't mean that you're going to have a great dog. You have to have all of these 5 things in a proper amount. You can't just have a dog, you can't just exercise your dog and do a little bit of training here and there, a lot of socialization, and call it a day, and expect everything to be perfect. Most people want, for example, when they get up in the morning, they start with affection with their dog. They start the day with, "Good morning, my sweetie pie, cutie pie. Oh, so cute. I love you." And breakfast, care. They share breakfast. And then they take the dog for exercise, for a walk. And they say, I've done my part. No, that doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. You have to focus on providing your dog its daily 5 essential needs in this order. It's very important to provide a dog's needs in this order. When you get up in the morning, first thing is not affection. First thing is exercise. Exercise is physical stimulation. Physically, you're stimulating your dog. Training is mental stimulation. Socialization is social stimulation. Care is biological stimulation. And affection is emotional stimulation. You have to provide these stimulations to your dog in order to be stimulated throughout the day. You shouldn't be over-exercising a dog. A dog is not designed to be over-exercised. Many dog owners, they either exercise the dog too much or too little. When you over-exercise or under-exercise a dog, you're causing stress to develop in your dog. And physical stimulation should be only 30% of daily stimulation. Training should be 70% of stimulation. Mental stimulation should be more than physical stimulation. And then provide socialization, care, and affection. So first thing first, when you get up in the morning, is walking the dog, not sharing affection or breakfast with the dog. Walking the dog. A little bit of mental stimulation as well, training, social stimulation after that, and then providing breakfast and affection. So this is very important for you to learn. I just gave you a quick rundown of the formula. I hope that made sense. Anytime you have a questions, let me know in the chat area, and definitely let me know if you got a puppy. Did you get a puppy this year, or did you adopt a dog? And what are you going to do to improve your dog's life this year? Let me know in the chat area. So yeah, Jay, I just explained all that, right? So how long you should be exercising your dog? It's a good question. I can't really answer this like this. I have to get to know the dog. I have to get to know you. I have to get to know your lifestyle. It's very important to consider all that. Why is that? Because let's say your lifestyle is that you work 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Um, and then you have a dog, right? And I believe you have a pit bull. Briefly, I saw it. Um, so if you have a busy life and you have a pit bull, for example, realistically, you can't be exercising this dog a lot because you're busy working, right? Uh, Realistically, you're going to just be exercising this dog mostly on the weekend because during the week you're busy, right? So lifestyle is very important when it comes to how do we exercise our dogs. Because let's say if I exercise my dog an hour today, my dog is going to expect an hour of exercise tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I'm busy, I can't do it, but my dog is going to be expecting that. And next day I may be exercising my dog for half an hour, and then next day maybe I won't be able to exercise, and then the next day I will be able to exercise an hour. Do you see where I'm going? It's very uh, random. We want to make sure that our considering our lifestyle and the breed of dog that we have, the age that of dog that we have, we provide a stable amount and level of exercise to our dogs. Because if we exercise our dog an hour a day, every day, after a month, our dog is going to need 90 minutes of exercise. Because what you have done, you have created a fit, physically fit and healthy dog who also mentally now is programmed to need an hour and more of exercise. But realistically, you can't provide that now, right? When you exercise a dog too much, it causes them to develop physical, mental, and health issues. And when you do that, you're causing a lot of problems to develop. So realistically, you have to exercise your dog in a month that works for your lifestyle. It works for the dog, and the number that I can share with you is not less than a half an hour a day and not more than an hour a day of exercise. That's the realistic way of looking at it. Like 1 hour of exercise. When I'm saying exercise, when we're talking about exercise, we're talking about physical activity, physical stimulation. The dog is running, playing, jogging, playing with other dogs, all this, right? So an hour a day is more than enough. It's healthy, is good, is realistic, is doable, is ideal. Less than half an hour a day of exercise is just not good for a dog. They have to have that physical movement. And how frequently? I would say, 2 half an hour a day is good. To break it down to 2 half an hours of exercise, it's a good thing to focus on. Okay, I hope that answered your question. BB. BB registered for the training, and we are already very much appreciating your materials. So thankful we hired you. Oh, that's great. This BB, it might be your YouTube profile. I'm not sure who you are exactly, but you have registered to my program, and I'm so excited to be working with you and for you. And I'm going to talk about this program actually in a moment after I go over some of the questions. And thank you for being part of the community that I've created and part of my program as well. So, for example, Frankendall says, I have a corgi. We walk 1 to 3 miles a day. So, honestly, I would say that's a lot, especially for a corgi. Here's what I mean when it comes to the breed. First of all, that's a long distance for a corgi who has short legs, and corgis tend to have hip dysplasia issues. You don't want to over exercise them. It's a long distance, it's a lot of exercise to provide for a corgi, for instance, in this case. Okay, I would cut it down, first of all. Also, I would break it down to few sessions. I always suggest, instead of doing one session of, let's say, 1 mile or 3 mile or 1 hour or 2 hours, instead of that, I'd rather break it down to 2 or 3 sessions of like half a mile, or 2 or 3 sessions of half an hours. That way, the body has the opportunity to get the exercise and then recover from it, and then get another exercise throughout the day. That's a little bit more, I would say it's much healthier like that, and it's much much effective as well. John Cipolla is here. Good afternoon. Happy New Year. Thank you for being here, and Happy New Year to you too, my friend. Thank you for being here. I hope everything is going well. So Ruby the Beagle is saying, Ruby is 2 now. We have been training her for 10 months. She sleeps in the crate. Need tips to pay more attention to us on walks and etc. Okay, let me share some tips. First of all, when it comes to a dog's walk, in this case we're talking about a beagle. When it comes to a dog's walk, I want you to remember one thing, and I think if you get this one thing, it's going to change everything. Once you get it, it's going to change everything. Pay attention, everybody. This is going to change everything, okay? When it comes to walks. When it comes to your dog's walk, I want you to understand this, that it is your dog's walk. It is not your walk. It is your dog's walk. What that means is, because it is your dog's walk, your dog can do whatever it wants. Doesn't need to pay attention to you. Doesn't need to walk beside you. Doesn't need to do what you want. If you are considering to walk your dog, you have to allow your dog to do whatever it wants. If it's your walk, you go without your dog and walk yourself. But if it's your dog's walk, you need to allow your dog to do whatever it wants, because it's their walk. And their walk is more important for them than you. If a dog wants to sniff one spot for 10 minutes, that is up to them. That is what that dog wants to do. It is more important for a dog to sniff a spot for 10 minutes and gather information and get all that necessity that it needs from that sniffing, that scent gathering that is doing, than walking beside you. Now, I'm not saying that you have to allow your dog to do whatever it wants, including attacking other dogs or running away and all that. No. What I'm saying is you have to teach your dog to walk decently without causing any issues, safety issues, but doing whatever it wants. So, for instance, I have a video on my channel that I actually talk about that. Let me see if I can. Who's pulling on the leash? So this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually share it in the chat area. You can go ahead and watch this video. And again, this is one thing that if you understand it and you start implementing on your daily life and your dog, it's going to change. I hope you got the point. That one point that I wanted to make here was consider the fact that it is not your walk, it is your dog's walk. And if you understand that part, it will change everything. The other parts, the other issues that you have with your dog can be adjusted, can be fixed, can be taught, can be trained and all that. But the main thing is to understand that you are allowing your dog to walk the way it should be walking. If it wants to do this, if it wants to do that, you have to allow your dog to do whatever it wants, right? So this is the video that I'm talking about. You see what I'm doing, for example, in this case, what I'm doing is I'm allowing Annie, my dog, to do just whatever it wants, right? And I'm not obsessed with having Annie right beside me. That stresses me, stresses dog as well. So what I usually suggest you to do is, first of all, consider the fact that you are allowing your dog to walk and do whatever it wants, and then improve everything else. So, yes, so one thing that I also want you to remember is when you're going for a walk with your dog, is not for your health. It's for your dog's health. It's for your dog's sake. So once you, again, understand this one thing, I think it will change everything, right? Yes. So I hope that made sense. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying this live session and this live information that we're sharing here. If you are enjoying, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, share this video with your friends and family members. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel. That would be amazing if you subscribe to the channel, if you haven't yet. Where are we on questions? John Cipolla says, I have plenty of time to walk the dog. She gets 3 walks per day. Perfect. Nice. And John Cipolla is one of my students, actually. And John knows exactly what I'm talking about because I have gone through this lesson with John in the online course that he has registered. And he knows exactly what I'm talking about, and he knows exactly what he needs to do. So he's breaking down the exercise for its beagle to 3 walks per day. Frank Adol says, I have one issue. My dog is corgi and can get bossy with me, especially if he wants a treat when it's not treat time. I usually make him to do a task before a treat. So this is a very common issue with dogs who have been treat trained. This is one of the problems and one of the challenges when dog owners start to train their dogs with treats. They start demanding it. They start, I hate to use this word, but they become dependent on treats. It's like drugs. When a person is addicted to drugs, that's what happens to dogs. When we start treat training dogs, they become addicted to it. They need it to in order to live, and they start focusing on treats all day long. Food becomes the main thing that they are focused on. I just actually posted a video a week ago or so. Let me see if I can share that with you. I think it will explain a little bit more what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if the audio is going to do a good job, but let's give it a try. Asking my dog to sit, and my dog sits. Let me see. It's not sharing the audio for some reason. Oh yeah, okay, I see. Okay, now it is possible. Okay, so here's the answer to your question. To sit, and my dog sits, and then I give treats, then my dog is going to start looking for treats to do the task, and then the treats is going to be more important than the task itself. Or even if you're using aversive methods or tools, then the dog is going to start focusing on effects of those tools rather than the task. So we don't want the dog to focus on the reward part. We want the dog to focus on the task itself. So if the task is, Annie, lie down, lying down, we want her to focus on the task of lying down. So therefore, I'm going to get reward. Lying down becomes the fact that she's focused on. And now, in this case, she's focused on also on the reward, which is the toy, which is the interaction, which is the play. When you are interacting with food with your dog using food or treats, you're not interacting with your dog. You see the interaction we're having with now? It's very natural, play and fun, and it's more than a second. Treats, they're done within a few seconds and they're gone. But this interaction lasts long. So I hope that gives you something to think about when it comes to training your. I hope that made sense, right? You see, that's one of the problems of using treats. I explained there, right? I hope you got the point. Instead of using treats, try to focus on interaction, play and praise, and learn how to use play and praise to reward your dog. So you're kind of removing that dependency on treats of your dog, especially that corgis and some breeds are very foodie. We don't want to use food or treats to train them. Hope that made sense. Okay, next question is Sharka 9. I'd appreciate the tips and ideas what to do exactly to meet the first three essential needs. Some examples of activities. How should it look like? How to communicate, etc. Thank you. So the first three parts, you're wondering how does that work? Okay, let me once again share the screen. There we go. All right. So your concerns are the first three things that you're the first three. I highly suggest you to focus on all five, but yes, the first three are very important. Most people are always focused on care and affection, but they kind of mess it up, or screw it up on exercise, training, socialization. So what do I mean when I say exercise? So exercise is physical activity. You want to make sure that your dog has that physical movement, right? They need to have their body moved and also their heart rate gone up. You want to make sure that there's an activity that gets their heart pumping for at least 20 minutes, half an hour, right? The heart has to be pumping, and physically they have to be moving. I hope that makes sense. And also training is something that people, they think, okay, I have to train my dog today, and here's sit, stay, treats, they call that treat training. It's not that. Training is building communication between you and your dog. Basically, that's what it is. And also, it's a mental stimulation. So you want to make sure that your dog uses its brain for at least 15 minutes to half an hour a day, right? Here's what I always tell people is, if you train a dog for 15 minutes using play and praise reward system, not treat training, not using treats, using play and praise reward system that I use to train dogs. If you do 15 minutes of training with your dog, it's equal to taking your dog for an hour of physical hike and activity. It drains them that much. If you do it properly, it has better effects, it has more effects, it has uh, much healthier effects in their daily life when dogs use their brain. Anything that you can do throughout the day to stimulate your dog's brain, it's much more effective. Now, the other thing is socialization. Socialization is one thing that you have to understand, that dogs have been bred and designed by humans for humans. Therefore, they're very social animals. You need to provide a lot of social stimulation for your dog, so your dog gets that satisfaction on a daily basis. If it likes to be around people, you have to allow that dog to be around people. If it likes to be around dogs, you have to allow that dog to be around dogs. If your dog doesn't like to be around dogs and likes to be around humans, provide that. If the vice versa, provide that. Whatever your dog needs, you have to provide that. If your dog needs to socialize with cats, provide cats. You know what I mean? Provide enough social opportunities, social stimulation for your dog. I hope that makes sense. So Jay says, I have a pit bull and you think I should walk like 2, 3 times thought throughout the day. Yes, pit bulls, the other problem with pit bulls is that this is this is uh, this is common in most breeds. Uh, they need a high intensity activity and then relaxation. High intensity activity, relaxation. Not a high intensity activity for a long period of time and then relaxation. It's like, have you heard the I hit? I hit. I think it's called I hit. It's a workout program. Hit. No, sorry. Not I hit. Hit program. Hit program. high intensity interval training. That's what it's called, I believe. High intensity interval training. Um, that's what you want to focus on when it comes to exercising your dog. I hope that makes sense. John says his beagle says to her that when she had enough, I can also tell she gives me signs. You see, one of the this is a great point, John, you brought up. One of the things that you want to always focus on is start learning and reading and understanding your dog in deeper level. Okay, in deeper level, when you understand your dog, when you know your dog, when you are really connected to your dog, things go a lot more smoother. You become one and you read each other, you understand each other. So what I mean by that is, I don't, for example, myself, I don't really have to say much to my dog what to do, what not to do. They have their routine and they know what I want. When I get up and I put my jacket, for example, they know what it means. When I sit down on the couch, they know what it means. Means, okay, it's relax time. I'm gonna go in front of fire, in front of the fire, and I'm gonna have a nap. They know exactly what you want, and you know exactly what they need. That when you have that relationship, when you have that kind of connection, things really change. Yeah. So, for example, if I'm sitting on the couch, my dog goes, you know what? I'm going to go lie down in front of the fireplace because it's time to relax. I don't have to tell my dog, hey, go lie down and relax. They understand it, and they understand exactly what I mean and what I want. So before I continue answering the rest of the questions, um, yeah, we can read each other's mind. That's what I meant. Before I continue answering your questions, which I'm very excited, and I want to really dig in a little bit more questions, I want to share with you something special. Okay. This something special is my new program that I've created. It's called Perfect Dog Plan. What it is, it's a program that is based on invitation only. I want to pick some students to work with me, and I want you to hire me as your dog trainer, so I can help you with all your dog's needs. Right? We just talked about the needs, 5 essential needs. I want to help you with all those needs, and I want you to hire me, and any issues that you have with your dog, I want to help you to solve them. So I have created a program that is called Perfect Dog Plan. I'm going to quickly go over some of the details that I want you to know what it covers. But I'm also one of those dog trainers that I don't work with everybody. Those who are ideal to work with me, I'm willing to work with them. So the way I do it is we set up a free Zoom call and we talk. I'm going to interview you. You're going to interview me to see if we are a great match. So all you have to do, if you want to work with me, if you want to hire me, all you have to do is set up a free call with me. There's a calendar there that you can book a day and time, and we can figure out if I'm ideal to work with you and if you are ideal to work with me. One of the great things about this program that I've created is, first of all, I only have 2 spots left, and we are starting this program next Saturday, next week. So there's only a week left for me to select another 2 people who are really wanting to work with me. And all you have to do is just, again, book a session with me and see if you're qualified to join this program. In this program, we're going to have a weekly lessons, live dog training lessons. We're going to do a 6 weeks of live dog training with me. And then you're going to have a good understanding of your dog's need and psychology in deeper level, but not in a language that you don't understand, but in a very simple Saro-like language. You're going to have monthly challenges and tests that makes you get involved with all the activities and training that you need to do with your dog. You're going to have weekly coaching calls with me. This is it's the topping on top of the cake, right? You're going to have me on weekly basis to answer all your questions. We're going to have a private Facebook group that you can join and be involved with the group, with the members of this group that are students of this program. You're going to have the opportunity to talk to them and work with them and be part of a group community work. On top of that, you're going to be learning a dog training method that is very unique and very different than your regular traditional dog training, which is without the use of treats, aversive tools or methods, force or domination. Now, this is the part that it changes everything. This program is going to be available to you for your dogs and your lifetime, for a lifetime access to this program. So you have me hired for lifetime private dog trainer for you just by joining this program. Just this itself changes everything, isn't it? So if you want to join this amazing, one-of-a-kind special program, all you have to do is there's a link in the description that you can click, and it takes you to the calendar that you can book a day and a time for us to have a conversation to see if I am perfect for you and if you are perfect for this program to join. And if you are, you only have 1 week to make that decision, because I am starting this program next week. With or without you, I am starting it. So if you want to join the program, I highly encourage you to take action right away. Just book the session to see if we are matched, and if it works out, then you're in. If not, then that's all. No pressure. I have to make sure that I'm hiring, or you are hiring the right person to work with your dog, and also I want to have the right student to work with. If you are the right student and your needs are met, and I can help you, I will help you for the rest of your dog's life. So if it's something that interests you, make sure, again, to go to the description, book a day and time now, and then I will see you on that Zoom call. So yeah, I'm looking only for people who are committed to work with me. They are committed to change their dog's life. They're committed to do a little bit of work that is required to train their dog. If you are frustrated with your dog, if you are had it, you're confused, you're stressed, you don't know what you're supposed to do, what is going on with your dog, I have solutions for you, and I want you to work with me. I can help you. I'm going to put the link as well in the chat area, so you can click on that and also go directly to that page that I'm talking about. Hopefully, I will see you inside of the program. So let's continue with the questions. So here's another comment from Frank Doll. So here's the common misunderstanding. So Frank Doll is saying, thought I found exercise puts the dog in a better mindset to be trained. Yes, it reduces the frictions, right? It reduces the friction, but it doesn't improve the life, right? It makes it easier to train the dog, but that's why the exercise is the first thing. Yes, exercise is the first thing that we do, and then training. Yes, but the exercise has to be given to the limit that the dog is not first of all, super tired from the exercise, so he can't benefit from the training. Also, it shouldn't be to the point that the dog gets so stimulated that cannot calm down to focus on training. Does it make sense? That's very important to understand. That's why you want to exercise enough, so therefore the body and the mind is ready to take information when it comes to training the dog. It's very important to understand this part. And all these things that we are talking about today, we're going to be going in depth in my program. And that is, excuse me, that was a good point that Frank Adol brought up. And I thank you for bringing that question up and also mentioning it. But yes, it's very important to understand that part. We have Ryan Mark from India. Hello from India and hello from Canada to you. Thank you for being here. By the way, let me know where you guys are watching this live show from. I'm very curious. Let's go to BB. BB says, we adopted a 11-month-old Corgi Shepherd blend mix who is joining our other two dogs. To say he's been a challenge is an understatement, which is how we thankfully found you. You see, anytime you adopt or rescue a dog, it is a challenge. Because you have to understand, when you adopt or rescue a dog, that dog has gone through hell and hell. I mean, just the fact that, let's say this dog wasn't abused or anything like that, it goes from A to B and then to C, which is your home. That itself, it's very stressful for the dog. And that state of, and you're getting that dog, you're adopting that dog with that state of mind. And it will be challenging in the beginning, yes, but if you know what you're doing and if you do the right thing and you are confident about what to do, you can help that dog not only change and improve its life, but change faster. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to just make it worse, right? The saying that goes such as, a blind can lead a blind, right? If you don't know what you're doing, you can't help a dog, right? But if you know what you're doing, you can easily solve any issue, right? For example, myself, I'm a dog trainer, and the only difference between me and you is that I spend and invest a lot of time in learning about dogs in deeper level. That's all I do. I study, I learn, and I practice, study, practice all the time. Whereas normal dog owners, they go to work, they focus on other things, and maybe an hour a day, less than an hour a day, they focus on dogs. And that's all. And when they are focused on a dog, only thing that they do is share affection with that dog, share affection and care, right? Mostly. Uh, and and if you're that type of person, dog owner, um, you're not going to be impacting a dog in deeper level, right? So the difference is that if you want to make a bigger difference in your dog's life, you need to know what to do. And to know what to do, you have to educate yourself, and study. Hope that makes sense. Sunflower says where you're located. I'm located in Canada, in Vancouver, beautiful British Columbia, Canada. And any of you guys also, if you have questions and struggles and anything like that, definitely book a session with me using the link that is in the description and I shared in the chat area. Let me see if I can help you. If I can't help you during our Zoom meeting that we booked, then you know I will try to come up with some solutions for you, right? But if I can't help you and work with you, I will share some information. And if I see that I can help you and you're the right person to work with me, I may actually hire you and I may actually allow you to join the program as well. So there's nothing. It's a You're not paying for that consultation that we're doing. It's free. I just want to make sure that you get something out of it and I get the right students for my program. So we have Eliakim, Joseph, Sophia, 9 months old cockapoo in England. Welcome 22. Yes, 2022 is the year that we are going to crush it. I feel like no matter what, I don't know what there's a conversation there going on. All right. Cynthia is asking a good question. How do you switch from treat training to play and praise? The way you switch is, first of all, understanding this concept of I have to use treats in order to communicate to my dog or connect my dog. That has to be removed from your mindset. You have been just, I don't want to use the word brainwashed. I don't know any other word at the moment to use, but you think that's all. The food companies, dog food companies, and all these promotions and advertisement that you've seen on the TV and everywhere else, it tells you that that's all you have to do. You have to use treats, and you have to remove that. That's a misunderstanding. I just want you to think of the fact that, first of all, let's say no treats are available in this world anymore. What are you going to do? Just pretend that there's no treats in the world anymore. Don't buy any more treats. For a week, don't buy treats. And the other thing that I want you to understand, and kind of, I think it will change everything that you think about dogs, is, again, remember, dogs have been bred and designed for humans by humans. This is very important for you to understand. We only breed and design dogs that are good dogs, are willing to work with humans, and are willing to cooperate with humans, and are kind and gentle. The dogs that you see that they don't work well with humans are backyard breeders who are breeding bad dogs without having any conscience, without having any proper setup to breed proper dogs. So they screw up on the breeding and they create bad dogs. They breed bad dogs. But in general, breeders, they do a good job of breeding good, decent dogs. And when breeders, they breed decent dogs, these dogs have been bred to cooperate with humans. They have been designed and bred to work with humans, right? Now, the other thing that I want you to remember and consider thinking about it is, let's go back 100 years. Not even 100 years, I would say 70 years, right? 70 years ago, not even 70. Let's go 50 years back in time. 50 years ago, a dog owner, especially a dog owner who had a farm and had livestock, didn't train that dog with treats to help it throughout its day. It didn't use treats. The dog did exactly what the human wanted, and the human got exactly what the dog from the dog. Automatically. Cooperation. Naturally. The farmer who has goats or sheep or cows doesn't go and train the dog to, hey, go and herd these animals. Have you ever seen a farmer using that, treats, to train the dog to herd the animals? No. The dog automatically does it. And that's the relationship that we are talking about between humans and dogs. It is natural. It's there. It's available. It's there for you to take and grow it and water it and take care of it and get the results of it. All you have to do is just tap into that. Tap into the understanding that your dog is naturally drawn to you, not to the treats. So start playing or praising your dog. Get involved physically, emotionally, mentally with your dog without treats. I hope these all make these examples and explanation that I did, it's going to turn on some light bulbs there, because it's very important for you, everybody, to understand this. We have been brainwashed and told that that's all we have to do. We have to use treats in order to get the dog to listen or to do something. No, it's not the treats. What it is, it's you taking the time to actually spend time with your dog. When I say spend time, it doesn't mean spend time feeding your dog treats. Spend a real quality time with your dog. Take a moment and just watch your dog. Just play with your dog. Praise your dog. See what you get from that. I guarantee you, if you play with your dog and praise your dog without having any treats around, of course, for the first few days, it's going to be challenging because your dog is programmed and trained to respond to treats. And you are programmed and used to using treats. So you both are in the wrong place at the wrong time. But for a few days, if you start working with your dog without treats, and me, for example, just telling my dog, good girl, my dog goes, that's the best reward for a dog. My dogs, do this to your dog. Tell your dog, good boy or good girl. See how their expression changes. Their body starts from head to tail, starts moving in a very amazing form. The whole body starts wagging and moving. They get so excited just for the fact that you're just saying to your dog, good boy or good girl. And be happy, be excited, see the difference that you make when you do that. Focus on those. I hope that makes sense. So this is also a good point that John is bringing. Uh, the size also matters. The age matters. The breed matters. How much you exercise your dog. Small dogs, they don't need to be walking for an hour. Small dog, every step of a small dog, every step of you or a regular medium dog or large dog, it's equal to 10 steps for a small dog. So when your regular dog is stepping one, your small dog is doing 10 steps. They are exercising more. And this is, again, Frank although is bringing a good point. My dog is so well behaved, and my physical and well-being is really good from walking daily. I live in mountains, so it's more like hiking. I envy you that you live on the mountains and you can go and do all this. I wish I could do that. My goal is to do that actually. But walking is good. Enjoying the nature and all good stuff is good. Speaking of nature, being in nature and walking and all that, I'm going to be posting a video tomorrow. I really appreciate if you could watch, first of all, and second of all, share it with other dog owners as well. And also make sure to watch that video, because that's what I will talk about, nature. Something to inspire you to get involved with your dog again more. But also, I want you to, Franco, understand it's not about your health. When we're talking about dogs, again, remember, are you walking for yourself or are you walking your dog? That's a big difference. Yes, in perfect world, you can do both at the same time, but consider that you're human and your dog is dog. You are both different species, and every species requires different needs, has different needs. So a dog's needs is different than human. So that's why I bring the idea of that a dog's daily 5 essential needs. These are the 5 things that a dog needs. Whereas humans, they need their car, they need their laptop, they need their coffee, they need their wine, they need their house, they need their beds, they need their clothing, they need their fancy cars, fancy technology, equipment, things. We need hundreds of things every day to have a happy day, happy life. Whereas dogs just need 5 things. Species, we're comparing here species with species. Okay? We're comparing apples with oranges, right? So providing what your dog needs is different than what you need. So consider that too. Eliakim is saying, as asking, my 9-month-old cockapoo tells me when he's had enough running around the enclosed field, he goes to the exit gate and tries to get out of it. There you go. Very clear. Can't be clearer than that anymore. 20-30 minutes of running around, had enough. That's it. Yes. All right, we have another question, Frank. Can you please give advice on what to do when an off-leash dog runs up to the leash dog? When I go to different places for socialization, this happens too many times. Unfortunately, you can't control other people. You can't control other dogs. The only thing that you can do is control your own dog, right? Control what you have. Um, you can control the environment, you can control other people. What you have is your own yourself and your dog. If you have a well-behaved dog and you can control your dog, you shouldn't be worried about other dogs. If you tell your dog to stay beside you and comes when it's called and walks nicely around you, by you, beside you, in front of you, behind you, or wherever it wants to walk, and it's under control. If you see an off-leash dog, you can call your dog to you, pick it up, or do something. Tell the owner of the dog owner that is off leash, hey, can you control your dog? Can you come and get your dog? That's the thing. You can't really control others. All you can do is control yourself. Yes, Cynthia, I hope you didn't miss my explanation. Um, Cynthia is asking, how do I stop myself from being dependent on tree training? So I hope I explained it. I explained it earlier. So yeah, consider on those few things that I just explained. I answered already. All right. There's too many questions coming, but Ruby the Beagle. Ruby the Beagle. Where's the question for Ruby the Beagle? Ruby the Beagle, thank you. Tips for less attention on the other dogs on walks. Less attention to on other dogs. Well, the thing is, again, what I want you to understand is this. This is the socialization part um, of the formula that I'm talking about. So your dog is a social butterfly, wants to socialize with other dogs and gets distracted with other dogs, right? So that's a good thing, actually. The only thing that you have to learn to manage is create a communication system between you and your beagle, Ruby, that Ruby understand, okay, when I see that dog, this is what I need to do. So you have to come up with a way of teaching this to your Ruby. So what I mean is, most people, what they do is they go for a walk and the dog is reacting to other dogs, whether good or negative or positively. And that moment, they try to teach the dog what to do. That's not the time to teach or train a dog. Teaching and training a dog should be done in a different environment at different time, because when the dog is reactive, again, whether it's positive or negative, the mind is too distracted with the activity that cannot focus on learning or being trained. It's focused on whether to go to play with that dog or whether to go and kill that dog, right? Whichever, right? Positive or negative. So you want to train the dog in an environment that is calm and relaxed and teach the dog a communication. So that's one of the things that we practice and learn in the program, for example, that I'm offering you guys. We teach the dog to respond to our verbal cues, not physical cues, verbal cues. So the dog says, okay, when I see that thing and I hear this thing from my human, this is what I'm supposed to do. So you teach the dog what it wants, it has to do when it's nice and relaxed, not when it's reactive. So if you have a reactive dog or dog who gets distracted, you don't want to train them during the walk. During the walk is only an opportunity for you to see if the training that you have done is paying off or no. Is it working or no? Right? So all you have to do is train it before, and then during the walks, practice. See if it's working. If it's not working, you have to train more. If it's working, then you know that your training is working. So I hope that made sense. Um, and we have a super chat from Cynthia. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for giving a super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, and you're saying thank you for answering my question. I understand all your points. Myla and I appreciate your teaching. Kudos, Saro. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you understand and benefited from today's session, at least. We have a question from yours truly, Alisa. My dog won't let me know when he needs to go out. If your dog, I'm not sure how old it is and what breed it is. I appreciate if you are asking a question to add those points as well. Your dog's breed, age, and sex. It will help me to answer your question a little bit better. But if a dog is not letting you know to go out, I'm assuming it's a young one and is just too distracted to let you know to go. So in those cases, what you want to do is focus on providing your dog, your puppy, 5 walks a day, so it has the opportunity to relieve itself. And if during other than those walks, your dog should be either confined or under control. And the last tip that I have is, for example, you take your puppy out or your dog out for a walk and you expect it to do its business and it doesn't do its business, and you come back and it hasn't done it. You come back, you confine your dog in a crate or you put it on a leash by you. 5 minutes later, try it again. You do this until your puppy or your dog gets the point that I need to do my business outside. So yes, so it's a 5-month-old beagle puppy. So basically, you haven't potty trained it. You have to focus on potty training, and yes, it will happen. It will happen. It's just a matter of considering to do a few things. One is just that, taking your puppy at least 5 times a day outside and let it do its business outside. Don't use pee pads. Also, the other tip that I have is change the diet. Change the diet. You have no idea what it will do when you change your dog's diet. If you're feeding your dog, your puppy, kibble, it will be very hard to potty train that dog and get that dog to do its business properly. So I'm going to share a link in the chat area. How to potty train a beagle puppy. Go ahead and watch that video. Ruby lives in North California. I envy you. I envy Ruby. Blue is a beagle and lives in U.S. Virginia. In Virginia, I envy Blue as well. So this is a good point. Leah Kim is saying this. My puppy thinks every time he's a good boy, he will get a treat, either a treat from my freezer or dog sausage. LOL, I don't always give him a treat. So you see what happens when you treat train a dog? They determine what to do, and they also train you to train them. So it's very confusing and complicated. Macy is saying, this is fantastic. Just found you. I'm in Australia. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. I'm glad and I'm happy that you're enjoying this. And please make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Everybody, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button as well. That supports the channel as well. Okay. And M28 says, my beagle's name is Benji. He's 8 months old. Oh, beagles, so cute. All right. Okay. I think I answered all the questions that there was. Let me know if I didn't answer any question, if I missed any of the questions. I will consider answering as well. So we got just for a few minutes to go. Just wanted to remind you one more time. I just wanted to thank Cynthia for giving a super chat in the live session. That is great. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. One more time, I just wanted to remind you about the program that I have. And if you are interested in joining the Perfect Dog Training and Coaching Plan, lifetime support and training, if you want to be part of this program, I highly suggest you. And if you even consider the fact that you have some issues and you wanna figure out if it's possible to help, if you have additional questions that I didn't get to answer your questions, if you want to work with me, make sure to book a free live Zoom session with me in the next few days. I will try to help you, and if I see I can't help you, I'll be honest with you and I'll say, I can't help you. But if I see I can help you or if I can help you during that session, that's great. But if I see that you need more than that session and you need a lot more help, and I can help you, and if I see that you're willing to join the program and be committed and you want to work with me, if you're a good match, then I will enroll you in the program. The program, again, starts next Saturday. So we just have a week for you to make that choice and make that decision. It's free, no charge to you at all. There is no commitment. And all you have to do is just set up a day and a time, and we go from there. And we figure out if I can help you. So I'm going to put the link in the chat area again. There we go. Free Zoom call, free Zoom consultation. I'm very excited to work with you if you are willing to work with me. I'm very excited about this program. And all you have to do is, again, just set up a day and time and let's talk and let's figure out if I can be hired by you. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate this time that we had together. First live session of the year. I hope I answered your questions. I hope I made a difference in your outlook about your dog and your dogs and life in general with dogs. If you have any questions, additional questions, please leave those questions in the comments area. I will read them. I read them all, and I will respond to them as soon as possible. If you are a new member, if you are a new viewer of the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure also to hit the like button. I wish you all the best for the new year, and I wish you that you can have the best dog, the perfect dog this year. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I will see you next time. And until next time, have fun with your dog. See you later. Take care, guys.